welcome Susie and Shayna here again. Yeah, and so this is where I guess you spend most of your life, in a rehearsal room?
Yeah. Yes, and this one actually in particular because I went to U of W, so I'm very familiar with the space.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, girls, so let's talk about it. Chicago.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, I have seen you grow from like just a little, super little, superette into something like crazy, and this is amazing.
Thanks.
Yes,
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
So it's your baby.
Yeah, it is. I mean, yes, it was. I've been wanting to produce a show for a while. I have a lot of ideas in my head that I've been kind of jotting down throughout the years of performing, and one of the ideas being something that's set in a site-specific place, and Fame nightclub. Since I've known it, I've always wanted to do something there. I always think that there's something really special about that place and very theatrical about it. I mean, it's a nightclub and there's a stage. There's a disco ball, of course. And so yeah, I was at a cabaret, Sing Out Louise. They have it once a month, every Mondays, and everyone was singing songs from Chicago. And Jillian Willems and I, who's directing and choreographing, she's my dearest friend. Her and I we've been working on a lot of projects together, and I was looking for a show for the two of us to either star in or for her to direct, and everyone was singing songs from Chicago, and so I was like, that's a show. That's a show we should do. And Tracy Goldsman, who is my co-producer, her and I, again, have also been wanting to produce something together for a very long time. And so as soon as that idea dawned on me, I just called her one day and was like, listen, here's my idea. And she was like, I'll do whatever you want.
Different best friends.
Yeah.
Well, I know. I think like the three of us were just kind of standing there going, right? Oh,
amazing.
Love it.
yeah, I wish I could sing. I wish, I could do that.
Well, I can, but nobody wants to pay.
Not quite yet, Susie.
Not
quite yet.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we have to do two kudos to Ryan James Miller came in and Debbie Maslowski.
Yes.
And you know what? Again, there's so much good local talent.
Oh, God, yeah.
I know these
We're so
people.
lucky.
Yeah.
So lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, I was saying to Stephanie, I saw her in Perry Nurse earlier this year, and saw Debbie and Mamma Mia, and everything, like Rainbow Stage, PT, all this stuff. We're so lucky.
Yeah.
Well, you
So
know
lucky.
what? And getting back to places too, like Fame. Giving
Yeah,
kudos to
absolutely.
them too
Of course.
again, and shining some light on these little places that are, have a hard time. I think.
I think so too. And the manager of Fame, we had talked, and she had been trying to get Fame as a fringe venue, or wants to be. She wants to be more involved in the theater community, and it just hasn't happened yet. So we're very, very, very much hoping that as soon as we do this, that people will see it as a possibility. I mean, there's a lot of times where people just need to see it happen.
I know.
And then their ideas start rolling, and then they have bigger and greater ideas, and then it just grows and grows and grows.
Yeah. So Shayna, when was the last time you saw live theater or like a show in Winnipeg?
Yeah, no.
You can come with me next
even-
time.
I can't even. I think it was Beauty and the Beast at Rainbow Stage with my niece. Like that has to be it. So it's been a long time, and I think even just being here today and having the opportunity to see it, you have a different kind of appreciation for the voice control, the presence,
I know,
just
yes.
behind the scenes when you were warming up and stuff like that. So I definitely have a different interest and different appreciation now. So that's exciting.
So they did Beauty and the Beast last year, I think, at Rainbow Stage. So it's been a long time since you've been.
Yes.
So you come with me next time. Come with me. I'll take you. It's hard not to sing along at all the shows. I gotta say. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's so much of it. There's so much of it, and we have an insane amount of, a huge amount of insanely talented people locally in this city, and the community is amazing. The theater community is outrageous.
So I guess in light of the times,
Yeah.
everything that's in the news and the whole Hollywood blowout and everything like
Yeah.
that, was this easier, or was this like, okay, we got to do this now, or doing it now at this point in time, yes, does seem kind of, with the climate
Relevant,
and everything,
yeah.
and relevant.
Yeah. I think Chicago, it's going to be, I think it's a timeless musical. I think it's relevant all the time. I think that I mean, it wasn't a huge reason why we decided to do it right now, but it definitely became that as the year progressed. And also, I mean, like, it's about spreading news and fabricating news and the next big thing, and how oversaturated we are with that, and how it's easy to become famous nowadays, but it doesn't mean that it's going to last. And that's why Chicago does so well, and it's been running for so long, and it's still on Broadway, and it will still continue to be on Broadway because it's just always going to be relevant, I think.
And it's great you've got a lot of females in the power position.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. That might have been on purpose.
Yeah. Is it easier to do it here in Winnipeg than, say, if you're in Toronto or Vancouver or somewhere like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like everyone's kind of getting on board. I don't see it any
difference?
any different. Well, I do and I don't. I feel like my opinion on it is just the best person for the role should have that role, whether she's female, male, however they'd like to identify themselves. And the team that we have right now just happens to be female, but they're all the best person for the role. And as far as casting goes too, I mean, we're playing around with a lot of the genders in our show.
Right.
And like my rule of just kind of how I operate has always been, if you're the best person for the role, then you fit the role. And it doesn't matter what color you are, what gender you are. I just think that if you're the best person for it, you should have it.
Yeah. And it's freedom of expression too, right? You know, being able to do that.
I think that's what theater is, though, right? It really is, like you said, theater of expression, and holds a mirror up to society and shows us all those things that are timeless and relevant, and then maybe shines a light on themes that have outgrown and how we have changed and grown since those times.
Yeah. And what kind of relevance it is, right? I mean, it's 2018, and it means like just a lot of different things that it's relevant to, where it was in 1950 if the show is, you know what I mean? It's just, it all depends on what's happening at the time. But
So I'm kind of curious, when it's set at Fame, like, are you actually playing in amongst the audience? Like,
yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Because you said it's like a cabaret style. So I'm going, okay.
Yeah, well, we're setting it up. The idea was, the original vision of it is what we're doing today is setting it as a jazz nightclub. So, and Chicago is such it breaks the fourth wall all the time, and that's what's so great about it too. There's no sets, really, even in the original production of it. It's very minimal sets, where they have one big set pieces and lights. It's not a fantastical production. It's just raw talent and the band. You see the cast and the band, and that's why it's such an amazing show. And for our community too, because this cast, that's all you get. You get just their raw talent and the story. We're building like just a setup of the jazz nightclub, so everyone's welcome to see Velma Kelly perform as if they would have seen her in the club. And the story's being told around everyone, through everyone, in front of people, behind people. We're just going to make the entire place part of the theater, so that the audience feels like they're truly a part of the story, that this story doesn't happen without them, that they're just as much a player of the show that as much as the actors and as much as the band is as well.
And now, I don't know, maybe that's the way theater should be going a little bit.
I think it's
More interactive.
It's right, engaging, interactive, inclusive,
immersive.
You know, I'm very excited to go see this.
I mean, that's the whole point. We want it to be for everyone. That's why we call our production company is called Pizza Party Productions, because everyone's invited. Everyone's invited, and we want more people who like Rainbow Stage. I always feel I always say this, but it's not like any other theaters in the city. It's almost, I compare it more to like a Jets game or a stadium. Like, there's not normal theater goers that go and see Rainbow Stage. Like, they might not see any other shows in the city, but they'll go to Rainbow Stage every summer. It's like a summer tradition for a lot of different people, and I feel like, a show like this can be that as well, where people feel like they can come even if they're not regular theater
accessible,
goers.
right?
It's accessible and involving, and
Yeah.
and the more people can see that kind of theater, the more they're open to actually going to MTC, seeing the full season at PTE. Like, just opens up people to seeing theater differently, so that they start supporting more and more of it in the city.
And that's the bottom line, right? Is supporting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What I was going to say, as you know, being very transparent and not knowing a lot about the
Please,
theater
yeah.
that happens in our city, like how do people like me who are very novice to what's happening in our city find out more about what's taking place?
That's great. That is wonderful that you're inquiring. It's just, and it's like the internet is the thing. It's our new newspaper, you know. It's like it's so easy. We have, you know, we only have a couple major theater companies in the city, regional like main theaters, and all of their information. They all have beautiful websites. They all have their seasons up. It's very, very easy to go and see the dates, buy tickets, see what times, and all that other stuff. Everything is really accessible. So.
But the fringe stuff like
Yeah.
yours, I mean, that's what is kind of interesting too, right? And
So things
and
that are
smart.
off, yeah, of course, yeah.
off the beaten
Well,
track,
yeah, I mean,
off
for a company
mainstream.
like us and like a lot of independent theater companies in the city, it's like we're all learning how to get our stuff out there, how to be better at promotions and advertising, and that's just part of, you know,
That's it.
talking to
That's
you,
everything.
you know what I mean? And the more you
Yeah.
do have things like this where you speak to people, the more that your word's going to get out. You might talk to somebody else about it. It's just about making connections and supporting others so that they'll support you. You know, it's just a big.
And I would say too, if you are, you know, somewhat of a semi-regular theater goer or someone who supports the arts and that, share that stuff on your social,
Yeah,
so that you
absolutely.
can help these people,
Yeah,
you know, to
yeah.
get the word out. Because I have some connections in the theater world, but I was not aware of all the stuff that goes on. And I mean, we have. When I saw Beauty and the Beast last year at Rainbow, we saw the actual Disney, you know, a couple of years ago with the kids, and I'm telling you, it was on par, if not better. It was unbelievable. I was blown away.
Yeah.
Blown away by the talent in the city. And I mean, the same thing with PT. So share what your friends are doing, share what your community's doing, and let people know, like, I'm going to this show. Do you want to come with me? Like, let's go and have some fun.
And that's just
See
it,
something
yeah.
local.
It's just to take that one step, just to even get off the couch, get out of your
Yeah.
house, and go and see it.
And even just make it a girls' night with
And
some
get
of your
dressed
girlfriends,
up.
Get dressed up. I'm already thinking.
I'm already
about
thinking
what I'm
Chicago. I know. There's going to be a hat with a veil involved, I think. Yes.
I'm so
I need a hat with a
down.
veil. Now I have a reason to get one.
Or a date night or
Yeah.
whatever. Like
It's a great.
top hat,
It's a great.
you know?
I always
Yeah.
say that going to the theater is the best first date you could ever have because well, you watch it, you socialize at the beginning of it, and then you have a drink or whatever it is. You sit, watch the thing, and then you could talk. You have something to like if even if two people aren't getting along or there's quiet space or whatever. At least there's something. There's a real topic to talk
Yes.
about,
And you'll learn a lot about what they thought.
exactly
About that
You're
play.
like, do we think the same
Good or
things?
bad?
Are we getting
gonna have a
married?
second
I don't
date?
know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and it's good. It's good to debate about things. I don't think that anyone should shy away from not liking something either and being vocal about it. I think so many of us, especially artists, and of course it's where we're going to be sensitive about our own work, but we put it out there and we're vulnerable to the critics and what people will think of it. But the more you can listen to what people did and didn't like about things, the more you can actually grow and not take it either. You know, you don't have to listen to anybody, but I think that we should be talking about like what it is that you actually liked about something and what you didn't like about it and why you didn't like it, and just like talk about things and disagree about things, and it just opens up a healthier relationship about talking about things that we don't want to.
So,
Yeah.
was this harder or easier now that you're producer? Talking about things, criticism, like, you know, like working with actors and going, hey, what are you doing, Stephanie? Are you really sure about this?
I deal with that every day. No, I'm just learning. I know that I'm learning, and I'm very transparent that I don't know what I'm doing.
that you're growing.
Yeah, I'm growing, you know, and I could not do this if it wasn't for Tracy. by my side. And this moment right now with Tracy Koga. No, yeah, I could not do it without her. And her and I bounce off each other all the time. We're in constant contact. And our relationship had to grow too. I mean, it's a brand new working relationship. We've always talked about it. We've always loved each other as individuals, but to work with someone is completely different,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, I know.
And so
Can
we
be
had to,
nerve-wracking, right?
yeah, absolutely. And so we had to work on that. We worked on it. We said, okay, listen, I need you to do this when this happens, or we need to communicate when this happens. And so now we're like, just having daily meetings, and it's wonderful. We have this beautiful relationship, and I could not be happier that I'm doing this with her. And I could not get through it without her. Could not. And same goes with Jillian and Paula and this entire cast. Like and Angelina, my stage manager. It's like I badly need that support. And I tell them all, I'm new at this, and
So let me know.
Yeah, please, if there's anything that I'm doing that is offensive or, just like in any way, know that I don't mean to, and that I'm just learning. And then also like that being said, it can be scary for them to come on board with me because I don't know what I'm doing. But the thing that I know I am good at doing is I'm just a resourceful person. So if I don't know the answer, I promise you I will figure it out, or I will find the person that will figure it out for me, which is why I have this team.
I think that's a huge kudos to you because there's a lot of people who have dreams, right, and stay in roles, and they never step outside of that, right? And then you like go to the grave with your dreams.
Yeah.
And so kudos to you for really stepping
thanks.
out and saying, hey, I can do something else, and I don't know exactly what this is going to look like, but I'm going to kill it either way. So,
Thank you.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, I did just feel like it just needed to be done. And I knew it was going to be very scary and unsettling, which it is. It totally is. Every day I'm just like, I've never thought about something so much in my life. But it's
so worth it,
amazing.
though.
It's exactly, and I'm
When it's
learning
all
so
done.
much.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
learning so much. And
Well,
yeah.
that's so good. And anyways, we got to let everybody know shows are run February 6th to the 9th.
Yes,
So just one show a night?
one show a night.
Oh,
Yes,
Isn't there like room for a matinee?
maybe next year.
And where can people get tickets, Stephanie?
Okay, so brownpapertickets.com,
Okay.
and then you just search Chicago the Musical, and it'll be the first thing that comes up.
Well, we're looking so forward to it.
Thank
Yes.
you, thank
I
you,
know.
thank you.
So let's talk about though, going for your dreams and awards. So I know like the Golden Globes were, I mean it's like 3 weeks ago.
I
went
watched
and-
it.
I
I'm not
did
even
3
going
hours.
to try and hide it. I totally watch it. I
Yes,
watch it
good.
every year, and I love
Good.
it.
Why would you try to hide
I
that?
don't know. Some people think it's
Well, 3 hours.
don't
is-
know.
Well, anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
So
silly, but I love
but
it.
asking like an actress or whatever, how important are awards in the whole scheme of things?
Okay, so my opinion, this is it's difficult because I truly believe they're not at all in any way. If I don't, if if awards, I'd be lying to you if I didn't think they were important for your career. Sometimes like personally and ego based, I think they're useless, but there is a certain yeah, it's like it's dumb how credible it makes you in
part
some
of the
ways.
resume, right?
Yeah,
That-
absolutely.
yeah.
There's no way that having some kind of award by your name doesn't help you in your career.
Yeah.
And I would say it was important. Like the only reason why I would want to win one is that would help me getting the job that I want after that. Because at the end of the day, for me personally, it's just about the work. I just want to do the shows I want to do. I just want to do the movies and the TV shows that I want to do. And if that award helps me get to that, then that's then it's important,
Right.
right? But other than that, like, who cares? It's like, it's
what
a
they wear.
board. It's a board. You know what I mean? It's all subjective, and of course, some people like you will agree with the winners, and you'll disagree with them. And again, it's a great conversation to have. But who cares? I just want to do what I want to do.
Well, and you can work
Yeah.
your whole life and have an entire career that's amazing and stellar with no awards, right?
Hello,
Like
Leonardo
Glenn Close
DiCaprio.
just won,
Yeah.
you know, at the Golden Globes, and
Yeah.
she's had an illustrious career. Right?
Yeah.
But it took her, you know, that
Yeah,
long. And
beat out Lady Gaga.
I know, but the thing is that, you know, like you said, it helps for the credibility and for the next role, but I don't think anybody goes into work looking for that specific
No,
award.
no,
It's
no.
kind of like the ribbon on the basket
Yeah,
after it's done, right? It's like,
yeah.
I did that, it was amazing, and now
Yeah.
this sets a shining example for, you know,
Yes,
future work and things.
of course.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can't ever say that it wouldn't feel amazing to
Of
win
course,
one. Like
yeah.
you can't be like, oh, I wish I didn't win that Academy Award. Like that would be great for me.
Have you ever had a role that you didn't like?
That
That you had to do it just for...
I've had some in
paycheck?
no, not in the past. I will say, I can say that very proudly. I'm very proud that in the last, I'm going to say the last 4 years, I've only put myself out there for shows that I really want to do. And I've made that rule for myself because I did too many shows that I didn't want to be a part of. So, yeah, I just made that rule for me. I'm not going to audition for something I don't want to do because then if I'm 100% invested in something, then I'm just going to love the experience no matter what. I'm going to figure out a way to love it because I did from the start. And then 2, when things come past me or if I have anything that I could also be doing, I don't regret it. I don't ever regret it because I chose to do that. So that's kind of how I've been operating for the last couple of years so that I'm just always happy about it. I mean, of course, I've had my ups and downs and things don't turn out the way I wanted them to. Like, yes, I put all my beans into that and it didn't turn out how I wanted it to, but at least I knew that, like, I really, that's what I wanted, that I made that choice.
Yeah, well, that's tough, right?
Yeah.
When you don't really want to do what you're doing.
Yeah.
You can't con Marie everything out of your life, Tracy. You have to do some things that don't spark joy, right?
Really?
Yes, you do.
And that's true too. And I don't want to say that like, of course, you know, there are people who need to work, and,
Yeah.
and I'm in a great position. I don't own anything. I don't have kids. Like, of course, I could say that. It's easy for me, but I think it's when, you know, as soon as people can get on board with that too, and it's difficult. I can't just say that, but that's what's worked for me.
I totally know what
Yeah.
you mean, though, but you had to do those other roles, and they did help you grow,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
It did help you sort of
Yes,
define
of course.
what you want, what you don't want, what
Of
you will
course.
do, what you won't do, and I
Yeah.
think that that's the thing that we lose sight of when we're chasing things that just bring you joy. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes you have to do something just because you have to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, like nobody likes to clean the toilet, but it's still got to be done.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure.
And we love it when it's clean.
That's right.
True.
That's right.
That is
But you
very,
know what?
You're
It's
comparing your career to a
Oh, no, of course not. But those tough things still
No,
teach
that
us
is
things, right?
that is a very good point. That is a lovely,
But I
lovely
think
point.
a lot of people probably get caught, you know, at that point in time, you had a shift, right? And you were able to identify for yourself, these no longer work for me.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of times we allow circumstance to keep us in a position where we continue doing things that we
Yes.
don't enjoy doing.
Agreed.
And in the long run, I'm like, I don't know if that helps you anyways,
Yeah.
right? So it might be fixing an initial issue,
Yeah.
right? But in the long run, you're losing out on time with your kids. You're probably losing out on money because you're really not enjoying it anyways.
Yeah.
You know, you're getting put up for roles that maybe look similar,
Yeah.
and they weren't a true reflection of you anyway.
I
So I think
agree.
it's super important and to really be able to listen to yourself
Yeah.
and understand, like, this, I didn't like it and why, right?
And there's a balance, you know, of course, like, you know,
Yes,
if I can, I'm gonna slot this time so to do this thing that I really love to do. That's not gonna make me a lot of money or whatever it is. But then for that, I have to work my butt off doing cleaning toilets for 2 weeks so that I can do that, or whatever it is, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it has to happen. And you're right. Like it will. All of it. It's gonna make you grow no matter what, the good and the bad. But as long as I feel for me, like as long as I'm setting myself up for success,
For what's
to
next.
be happy,
Yeah, exactly.
you know? Like I always want to
Yeah.
be setting myself up to have a good time, no matter what it is.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
So is there enough work in Winnipeg? Like, I mean, I'm looking at all like the immense talent pool.
Yeah, you know what? That's tough
Yeah.
because, I mean, you like,
Well, then you make projects like you just did.
yeah, because last year I had the most amazing year work-wise. Like it was, it's crazy. I'm doing my taxes right now, looking at it. I'm like, this was crazy. But the year before that, I didn't get a lot of. I do like 1 or 2 shows in the city, and then
Yeah.
and then I do a lot of regional theater as well.
Yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily mean there's not enough work. I think that it's just. It all depends. It all depends on the season, the show that's in
Coming up. Or
yeah,
whatever
that's
it
coming
is.
up.
Yeah,
You
it's
know.
whatever you're right. The season. So
Yeah.
you're kind of at the beck and call.
Yeah.
What's happening after Chicago? I think you're going away.
Yeah, I'm going to Toronto to do a musical called Next to Normal, with my absolute idol, Ma Andonisio. She's
Amazing.
yeah, she's originally from Winnipeg.
Yes, she is. Yeah.
And then she
Yeah.
was Miss Saigon
Yes.
on the national
Yeah.
tour, and
Yeah.
so
my
it's pretty
goodness.
wild.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
so
wasn't that a
exciting.
movie, Next to Normal, or was that not? No, so maybe it was another play. I think I'm thinking with Julie Roberts in it. That maybe wasn't Next to Normal.
I don't
know.
think I watch enough.
But
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. But no, that's crazy.
Yeah,
And where is
yeah.
that playing? Where is that running?
It's at the Panasonic Theater, so it's part of the Off Mirvish season.
That's
so
great.
yeah, it's that now like that when I said I had a long list of like shows I wanted to produce, I swore that I would produce Next to Normal with Ma Andonisio as my mother, because I think the musical came out in 2012, and when it came out, of course it was like a Caucasian family, and I couldn't be in it because they're going to for sure hire a Caucasian mother and father. So I'm like, they can't have a Filipino child. And so I was like, well, I'm going to produce this on my own one day, and Ma Andonisio is going to play my mother. And like, lo and behold, this is actually happening.
Wow.
Yeah, but then also things have very, very much changed since then. And like now I would be like, I'm gonna play Natalie, and my parents are gonna be white, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, I finally did watch Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh,
Did you
I
love
haven't
it?
seen it yet.
I haven't either.
So
I
good.
haven't seen it.
You know,
Michelle
can give your
Yeoh
honest opinion.
is incredible.
I can give my honest
Yes,
opinion.
absolutely, you can.
Did
You
you
know,
read the
me-
book before?
No.
Okay, me neither.
Okay, like obviously I'm 100% Japanese. I'm Asian. And it was a little. It's just like I found it very stereotypical.
Yeah.
Like even the casting, like the characters is just like, well, you play that character in every movie, with the other Anglo-Saxon actor. I just found that, and even Michelle Yeoh, that was the big matriarch.
Yeah.
And everything, was like, really? But I know you loved it.
I
mean,
loved
it. Had
it.
some,
Yeah.
It had some moments, and I really wanted to like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Yeah.
But yeah. So, but anyways.
But you shouldn't, you know what I mean? Like it's hard too with these kinds of things because you're like, yes, a big Asian movie that's like really making a name for itself, and you're like, well, I want to like this very
Yeah.
badly, and then you don't, and then it's disappointing, of course. But at least it's happening.
Right?
It's employing people,
And
and
You're
then
learning
people
things.
are loving
Yeah,
things.
exactly.
And now people, it's just like now little Asian girls and boys have seen it, and they're like, I can also
I can do this. Yeah, exactly.
No,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
So if anything, that's all, you know, if
See,
it
and I
does
would rather
that,
go see Next to Normal with you and Hannah. So that would make me happy.
then come to Toronto.
I will. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, it was so great to have you.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you.
This was so amazing. This needs to happen all the time. I love it so
Okay.
much. It's
well,
so great.
yeah, keep on doing productions, and we'll keep on having you. And
Yes, please
you
do.
know, and I promised Susie and Shayna that they would get good parts.
Okay.
Walk on rolls. Yeah.
A little song and dance.
Okay,
Just
great,
dancing,
great.
no singing.
Silent.
And
Just
I
like
need to know
mouthing.
more about this fame thing. So there's like a place where I can go sing Greatest Showman tunes all the time, like every Monday.
Really?
What?
Is there? Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know, but if there's something to sing along at Fame, I am there. And I will be
Karaoke?
singing my favorite Greatest Showman songs. Yeah.
I bet you have a really good
You
voice.
can come with me.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
Only in the shower.
Did you know about the Broadway sing-along that happens? I think they do it. I'm not sure if they do it annually or they have been doing it annually. But it's with the people. The District Theater Collective is an independent company in the city, and they put on shows here, and they're the ones who do Sing Out Louise every Monday,
okay.
or every once a month on a Monday.
Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Yes, okay.
so that's a
yes.
cabaret that they do, and
Okay, fun.
then every couple of months they do a Broadway sing along at the gas
okay.
station theater, and you pay.
Cool.
It's like a fundraiser, so you
Okay.
pay whatever. I think it's like $20 for the ticket,
Wonderful.
and you come and watch. There's like 10 professional musical theater people come and they sing these like theme songs. So the one I was in, it was like, I think it was like Disney, Legally Blonde. Like they'll pick like 3 or
Okay.
4
Yeah.
musicals, and then they'll pick songs from it, and then they'll put up the lyrics, and the whole audience like
I am
sings.
into
And
that.
Yeah, it's so great.
That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
awesome. Yes.
Bring
Yeah.
out the inner singer in you. Oh,
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So Chicago, those big news at Fame Nightclub, February 6th to the 9th. Tickets at brownpapertickets.com.
.com. Yeah.
All right. I think we all need to buy tickets.
Support local
we're
theater.
there.
Absolutely.
Support,
please,
Yes.
please.
She
Yes,
needs
yes,
a new
yes.
pair of shoes.
I do.
All right, girl. Well, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I think
Thank
that's
you,
a wrap
thank
for
you.
the Hue Crew.
Woo!
Woo!